Yeah, Henry, I think that's a really great point because, at the beginning of this, Jeff, you were talking about how, you like in these sessions, it's not about the agenda, it's actually about the people. And I think, Henry, what you're speaking to also echoes that for students, you can have all of the resources, but having a community, or as that podcast was putting it, feeling like they're the conditions so that you can actually show up to do the work. A lot of that has to do with building a sense of community or feeling like you have the support. And I think that this notion of like doing grassroots work and actually building communities as we're building resources as well, so that the resources aren't just like these material objects that we're producing, but there's a sense of wanting to have dialogue, wanting to communicate, wanting to be understood by other people, and building friendships or relationships. I think that's really powerful and something that a lot of education systems don't actually get correct. So yeah, universities are like, they exist so that we presumably do have these spaces where we can show up and do work, but most universities, and I would argue K through 12 as well, they're structured around the individual and how can we get the individual to advance in their individual career and professional success path, instead of realizing that if we can work together and build together, we can mutually help each other to not only advance our individual interests, but our collective interests as well, which I think speaks to this structural change that Jeff was talking about before as well. How do we create systemic change? Well, you can't do that individually. It has to happen collectively through shared visions and sort of shared understandings that you're building together.